This is an AMI This Week shortcut.
I'm Wade Brown for Accessible Media in Calgary. Chris Koch, born without arms or legs, grew up on a farm in southern Alberta. After trying prosthetics, he has settled on a longboard as his mobility device.
I'm called a lot of things. On my business card, I have motivational speaker, farmer, travel bum. The theme or the motto of what I speak about is if I can. So essentially, if a guy without arms and legs can ride around a longboard or surf or snowboard or work on a farm or travel the world, anybody can do anything. The biggest obstacle we face in our lives, in my opinion, is ourselves. We get in our own way. Yeah, there's physical challenges, but nothing's insurmountable.
Earlier this year, Chris had planned on participating in the LA Marathon with his girlfriend, Allie. But organizers said no, as they deemed the longboard a safety issue.
The frustrating thing about it was their reluctance to really have any sort of dialogue. It was just a no. But the good news part of it was Kirsten Fleming with the Calgary Marathon had messaged me a few days before the LA Marathon asking if they had changed their mind. I said no. She said, well, we look at things on a case-to-case basis, and I don't see any problem with you using your longboard if you want to do the Calgary Marathon. And you know what? Yeah, and I'm not going to do just a half marathon and do the whole thing.
And why did Kirsten Fleming, executive director of the Calgary Marathon Society, give Chris the chance to participate?
And we recognize that his longboard is his mobility device, and it doesn't work for him to use what we would typically have in the wheelchair category. Recognizing that not every policy fits every situation, we had lots of meetings with our course director and police and course designer to talk about some of the issues that might arise and making sure that he would be visible and that he would be safe crossing the finish line, and that, of course, the safety of all of the participants weren't also compromised. And if you meet Chris, you realize that his personality, his willingness to try new things is quite infectious, and I was inspired the first time I met him. You know, Chris always says that he looks at things as an opportunity to succeed or fail and takes whatever comes, and I just love his attitude. I think he's going to inspire a lot of people on race day.
And just like that, race day was upon us. We caught up with Chris and his girlfriend Allie before things kicked off.
I'm feeling good. I'm nervous and excited.
It's been such a treat. I love these kinds of events. The energy is incredible, and just getting to do it with my boyfriend and watch him push the boundaries for himself, and in doing so inspire others. And it's always an incredible experience. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, looking forward to just getting this thing under my belt and say I've done a marathon.
As Chris headed out and joined more than 10,000 participants at the Calgary Marathon, the smile on his face proved he was having the time of his life. He truly embodies the spirit of making the best of every situation.
Now, when one door closes, another door opens. And I think that in life, when you run into issues or an obstacle or a barrier or whatever, it's easy and it's tempting to throw your proverbial hands up in the air and say, I quit. But persevere through, and it's amazing what will come of a situation.
For Accessible Media in Calgary, I'm Wade Brown.